In today's video, I'm going to share with you some tricks to help you make your images pop in Photoshop. Just a few steps and then it will take your pictures to the next level. Hi, my name is Carbell and I help you take and edit amazing pictures and videos with whatever equipment that you own. So if you're interested in upgrading your skill, consider subscribing. Let's jump into the video. Now, the trick to making your images pop, it will depend on the image that you have, situation that you have, and what you're trying to do. But this is one simple trick that I use. It's called contrast. No, I'm not talking about the contrast on the slider when you're editing. All right. Let me share with you something. So I'm going to open an image in Photoshop, and okay, I think this one has a lot of background in it. I got this image from Dirty Studio. So yeah, online. Now I'm going to do something very minimal to this image. I'm not going to do a lot, just creating a little bit of contrast in here. All right, so this is a before and after. Not so much has been done. All right, I'm going to just open this. The idea of contrast is that your eye sees the difference between one and the other. So if you have a portrait like this and you want the subject to pop, the goal is to create enough separation between the main subject and the environment. So that way, when somebody's eyes lands there, the person's eye can see the spray difference, and the eye goes directly to where you want them to go. There are so many ways to achieve this. The first way to achieve this is obviously with contrast. All right, let me show you something. So if I select this house, what I do is, maybe after I've retouched and all of that, and then I have a background, the next step I'll do is that I'll just duplicate the whole background. And what I usually do is that I press Ctrl, Alt, Shift, and E. Ctrl, Alt, Shift, and E. What it does is that it will create a new layer, and then it will look at all the work that has been done in the previous layers and stamp it on the new layer. So if I say did black and white, whatever, on the previous layers, it will just take that like a snapshot and paste it on that layer. Try it and then you understand what I mean. All right, so if I have this layer, for instance, I'll do Ctrl Alt A. That is for camera raw. All right. You can also go to at the top here. You can go and find filter, and then you can find camera raw filter like that. Or the shortcut is Ctrl Shift A or Command Shift A. I find that the shortcuts really help. So what? Okay, but before I even come here, I'm going to take my object selection tool and I'm going to select my subject. So I'm going to select my subject and I'm going to mask and create the contrast between my subject and the background. That is what I do, so that my subject will pop from this. If you're in Lightroom, there's also a way to do that. So after the selection has been done by Photoshop, it's not the final selection. That is not the goal. The goal is to actually get this. I'm going to come here and click on this to mask it. All right. So now only my subject is in the white. So anything I do to this affects just my subject. I will Command J to duplicate this layer. And also now I want to select the background. But since the subject has been already selected here, I'll just do Command I to invert the layer. So now the white shows that the background is where the effect will happen. Now look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to select the first one and Command Shift A or filter camera raw. What is it? Camera raw filter. Now let's play with the background. What we want to do is that we want to, number one, reduce the saturation and the vibrance of the background, and number two, reduce the contrast so that there will be some separation between that and the real subject in the image. So I'm going to reduce the contrast here, and I'm also going to reduce where is that? I think now it's okay. It's in color, and I'm going to reduce the saturation just a little bit. It is the before and after, before and after. And when I go to OK, it's not really much a difference, but this is the before actually, and this is the after. Once again, these are subtle things to do. And to even make it pop, I have to do the opposite of what I just did on the subject itself. So I go to the subject layer here, and then do Command Shift A or filter camera raw if you want to click. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just increase the contrast and then probably darken the blacks as well, just to create more contrast, and I'll just take my vibrance up for the real image, and I click on OK. And all of a sudden now the image, is popping. This is the before. This is how the image was looking. And I'll now look at it now, the image is popping. So that's the first one, you use contrast. Number 2 is what we call white balance. You use white balance to create the separation and have your subject pop in the image. Alright, so I'm going to still use these 2 same layers. But in an ideal world, when I take one layer, I'll do all of that. I'll do the vibrance, I'll do the contrast, and I'll do everything on it. Alright, so I'm starting with the subject. I'm starting with the background. Command Shift A. After selecting it, I'm going to go Command Shift A like that. And what I want to do here is I'm doing the background. I'll make the background colder and the subject warmer. Enough contrast, because cold and warm are on 2 ends of the spectrum. This is cold and this is warm. So if that's how you create some level of separation, I'm going to just make the background colder, a little bit colder, and then that's the before and that's the after. And I click on OK. You can see all of a sudden now my image is just popping. My subject is just popping out of the whole thing. I didn't do anything to the subject. I've never made the subject warmer. I just made the background colder, cooler, and now my image is popping. That's a simple way to create that separation and have your subject in your image just pop out into your eye. So you use these 2 things and then you will go a very long way. You use cold and warm to get some separation, or you can have also contrast, and you can also have contrast to create the separation. This can also be done in Lightroom, and I'll be making a tutorial on that so that you can also use Lightroom if you are in your Lightroom to get this achieved. But if you're retouching, you can also do that in Photoshop. If you also want to learn how to actually retouch in Photoshop, I have a video that I made right here. If you click on this video, I'll show you how to retouch quickly. It's a longer video, but it will show you how to actually do that. Check that one out, and I'll catch you in the very next video. Peace.